Episode 2, here we go. I'm so excited. All right, let's start the right way, I guess. Hey guys, Stefano here. I am ready to rock and roll for building an empire. You know, this podcast is it's a labor of love. I love what I do, and it's about time that I love what I do because the world is full of trial and error, and when you finally get into that groove, you know that this is what you're destined to do. And so, of course, you got to pay it forward, and this is the main reason why I'm doing it. I also want to see, how many people this will actually help. Engagement is an extremely huge part, if not the number one thing in any entrepreneur's life, in any successful business. Everyone needs a mentor. Everyone needs someone to guide them through, perhaps out of the obstacles. There's a lot of obstacles, and if you can find an easier path, not so much work-wise, but who you can follow, perhaps they could guide you in the way that you need to go. So let's put things into perspective here. Episode 2, we're gonna fire right out of the gates, and we're gonna talk about social media marketing. Now, why are we gonna talk about this? My forte is in video content. That's what I live. That's what I breathe. That's what I eat. That if you put a camera in front of me, magic is gonna come out of it, just because I'm that passionate about it. But there's a lot of things that have to go first, and social media is a very big key component in building a business now and building a brand. And the reality is, our parents' generation isn't how it used to be. I mean, our parents' generation used to be, a pick and shovel. You had to wake up at 5 in the morning. You had to come home at 7 at night. It was very labor intensive. And even though there still are jobs like that out here, such as, I give props to the construction workers. I give props to the tradesmen. Do I know how to do some of that stuff? Yes, because a good portion of my life, of my teenage years, and even into my early to mid 20s, I was a carpenter. I was a woodworker. That's one thing a lot of people don't know. So I know all about the hard labor, the working with your hands and creativity. But then, that built me into the person I am today, which I'm always very grateful. But what we're talking about now is social media. The young kids of the generation now, they all know it. The millennials know it better than probably anyone else. I'm just out of that spectrum of millennials, just 3-4 years before that, but in any event, this is where the world is, so we got to be social media ready. So what does it mean? Let's talk about social media. Social media is categorized into two sections, I think: personal and business. And the biggest fundamental problem I notice with any business is that they're doing a lot of personal stuff on it. Okay, my point of view, and this is because I have a lot of clients and I do this on a daily basis. No, I don't agree with that. I think that is a wrong way of looking at things, because that's on a small scale. You don't want to put your personal stuff. This is a business brand. You got to remember, if you are, if you're working with clothing, for example, and I have some pretty amazing companies that have really well-to-do clothing brands. If they start posting their own personal life, it does take away the allure from the business. Your business should primarily focus on what you're trying to sell them. You're not trying to sell them your personal life. As much as they may like you more because of that, at the end of the day, they're there to buy garments. They're there to buy the top of the event that they have going on. So then, it's not a good blend. I've always said to all my clients, all of my friends and family, and basically anyone who asks me, keep your personal life separate. That is not a good marketing strategy, especially for social media nowadays, that there are a lot of negativity. There's a lot of people that are, they're out there to do you wrong, not necessarily do you right. So I always say, if you're going to do social media, do it right. So, guys, this is a lot of there's a lot of learning. There's a big learning curve in all this. So when we talk about social media, let's make this social media part 1. Part 1 meaning let's learn what social media truly is. So there's a lot of other options. See, here's now the dilemma between the social media part 1 that we're talking about. There is, all right, here we go. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, LinkedIn. We have other platforms that are probably not as well known. You got WhatsApp. It's not so much a social media platform, but it is social. You are social with a group of people all at once. So there are there's a massive list of social platforms. But the thing is, as much as everyone wants, and let's not forget YouTube, before we get into what's more important, you have to look at where your clients are. And the reality is, this is my reality that I've learned based on algorithms, real numbers. Twitter is a portal of noise, okay? There is no way that you're going to convey your brand in a successful and productive way because of the amount of information that's going through this portal. It's just noise. I personally cannot stand Twitter. Now, it may work for others. I mean, if you are a sports influencer, if you are a sports commentator, if you do anything in regards to sports, Twitter might be amazing because you can give people that score, or that word of the day, or whatever you want to do in regards to sports, franchising, and all that. It may be the perfect portal because it's quick and easy. To build a brand, I would say probably not. Snapchat. Need I say more? Snapchat is more for the younger generation to have fun. Put filters, cat ears and dog ears and all that. You see where I'm going. I don't think it's necessarily a good idea as far as building your brand. And it's not even for the filters. It's for the fact that it doesn't stay up. I mean, once you see it, it's gone. So there's no life to it, so to speak, because it's up there 1 second, gone the next. It's not business friendly. So we need to move past those. So we've already eliminated 2. Facebook is a portal of drama. It is full of nonsense. And for those who have businesses, which is everyone, I mean, I do as well. Now, this is the thing about Facebook. You need to have it. Okay? Not because you are going to generate business from it, because the odds are slim to nil. Because of the amount of noise that's also happening on Facebook, but it's because of all the nonsense that's also happening on Facebook. So a lot of people, thanks to the Facebook algorithms, are not even going to see your stuff anymore. It's just that complicated. And even so, based on my analytical figures, Facebook is a dying platform. Believe it or not, even though it has over billions of users, how many of those actual users are on? How many of those are real? How many of those are not bots? I mean, this is all the strategy you have to look for. So Twitter's out, Snapchat's out, Facebook is out. Now we got YouTube. YouTube, for me, I love YouTube. There's only one problem with YouTube. Imagine you jump into an ocean and it's nice and clear and blue, and you can look around and you can see what you want to see and you can do what you want to do, and all of a sudden things become clear. That's not YouTube. Okay, that is not YouTube. What that is an open space of nothingness, and that is not YouTube. YouTube is a highway, a portal of non-stop video content, meaning, unfortunately for my young listeners and people who want to start off to become quote-unquote YouTubers, the odds of you getting noticed, unfortunately, even if your content is on point, is 1%. And the reason why is because also the algorithms have changed, and it is very difficult to get noticed. Now, it doesn't mean don't do it. It means continuously do it, but eliminate yourself from the watching of the likes, the follows, and subscribers and all that. Just put out content. I think that's the one problem. Young people and the younger generation, they tend to just follow everyone else's path. And if someone gets 1 million views, they got to get it, or else they're nobodies. That's completely not true, especially if you're building a brand. You just want to have yourself present on all platforms. Now, you're going to say, Stefano, but you told me Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook is no good. Yes. However, I said you need to look at what your business is selling. You need to look at the algorithms. And what I mean by algorithms, you got to look at where your clients are. Where do you think they're going to actually shop and be interested in your business? Is it Twitter? And I said before, if it's Twitter, focus your attention on Twitter. However, you can't neglect others. Now, I left one pretty big one out, and we're going to touch on this. Okay, we're going to make this the close of part one of social media. Instagram. Instagram for me is the creme de la creme, the king of the hill right now. It is the boss of the business. And I say this because they've implemented everything that we wanted in one place. Okay? They have interactive stories that stay up not for a second, but for a day. So that means that you can continuously update it every day. You can post and tag and view, your production and your progress without having the issues of Facebook and no one's watching and then all of this nonsense. I mean, Instagram kind of eliminated that nonsense because you can filter who you want to see your stuff, who you don't want to see your stuff. You can also invest in some sponsored ads where you know where they're going to go, whether they're effective or not. I mean, you can at least establish where they're going to go. So those are all positive things, okay? Instagram also has the beauty of now Instagram TV, which allows you to do up to 2 hours. That's right, you heard me. Up to 2 hours of content at one time. 2 hours of a video. It's not a complicated solution. It's not a complicated issue, but you just have to rotate the video to make it more user-friendly. So instead of you doing portrait, try landscaping. It's quick and easy. You can do it through Final Cut Pro or whatever it is. Or, you can even hire a company. It's a shameless plug on my end, but you can hire a company to incorporate that into your business marketing strategy, which a lot of my clients, I give them the importance of doing that. You need to do that. So Instagram is a very well-rounded social platform, and it's the fastest growing social platform with almost 1 billion, if it's not have already surpassed it. It's about 1 billion user system here. So that is the most powerful, most user-friendly, and they're constantly coming up with new and creative ways to help your business on this platform. And I can say, firsthand, Instagram is my go-to. Instagram provides more than 70% of my business now, and that is no joke. And that's 6 figures easy on Instagram. So I don't make these podcasts just to pretend certain things work and certain things don't. I'm telling you actual physical numbers that you will see a difference with Instagram, provided that you have a team around you or you have a marketing strategy that allows you to use these platforms. So that's why I wanted to make this as my episode 2, part 1 of social media. You need to find the right home base that you can establish your business to. So let's assume your 3 go-tos are Facebook, of course, Instagram, and YouTube. That's where your attention should be focused on. Now, I do have a lot of people that continuously say to me, but all the other platforms are free. Why don't we just post? And my answer to you is, go ahead. However, is it going to really benefit you? Are you going to find any benefit there? Is it just posting it for the sake of posting it? Well, then isn't that a waste of time? I mean, if your Instagram is getting, let's say, 100 likes, and your Twitter's getting maybe 1, maybe 2, perhaps maybe don't focus your attention there, because at the end of the day, it's all about revenue. You're doing this to make money. You're doing this to build a reputation, something that, you can make money off of. 2 people watching your stuff is not the solution. Okay, a lot of my clients have seen 100 likes to 1,600 likes, and that's just reality. You want to see a big growth, and the revenue makes a difference. So if you're not getting the attention that you need, don't move forward. The world is going so quickly that we need to keep moving. Okay, so I want to end this right here. I think that this is a good start to where we want to be. Tune into the next one. We're going to do part 2 of social media, and we're going to really touch on what kind of posting you should be doing, perhaps maybe what kind of hashtags. What is a hashtag for some people, unfortunately, but that's the way the world is. A lot of people, they don't know, and this is why we need to help them. So again, follow me on my most desired social platform at TTL Films on Instagram, and you can also check me out everywhere else. Just type in TTL Films and I'll pop up. So again, guys, thank you very much for listening. I really appreciate it. Of course, you gotta help me by subscribing. Of course, if you're on Spotify, Apple, iTunes, SoundCloud, all that good stuff. That's where the podcast is, on YouTube. But in the meantime, just listen and enjoy it. And if you can share it, I appreciate it. And we'll see you for episode 3 for social media part 2. Take care, guys.